Cool beans. What is good, YouTube? Back with another video. Just gonna get right into trading. I know I woke up a little bit late by an hour, but let's see what else can we get into here. So we got, well, first and foremost, I was supposed to upload a video yesterday. My video wasn't really loading and it kept getting corrupted or something like that, or some kind of error. So I decided to just re-upload it today. So good for you guys. I got 2 videos coming up. So let's get right into the charts here. First things we're gonna do is look at news real quick here. Oh man, we got so much news today. So we got 9:30, Powell speaks. 10 a.m. manufacturer PMI, high impact news. We got like 4 folders that are pretty good for impacting the market. Since we're in this bullish trend overall, we get reach all-time highs just like 2 times, like yesterday. No, not yesterday, but we reached all-time highs like twice. So I'm really hoping that this is some good news, like good high impact news. So let's go ahead and get straight into the chart. Let's get right into the chart here. There. So we still have our volume imbalance from yesterday. Also yesterday, all this was a bullish candle, and it literally was just shrinking as the day was going. So hopefully the news is true about it being really bullish and it really helping out, because we do need just some consistency. That's all. But for the week, looks like we're still bullish. The day, look like the day we're losing some strength there, and looks like we're still gonna have, I don't know, maybe some possible retracements down to some certain levels, like this new week opening gap, or maybe down to this new day. But most likely I would like to see it come down to the volume imbalance and just do some sort of action, like reject it, or if it's really strong and we're basically gonna go bearish, I want to see it bust through the volume imbalance. So that's just something to keep notated. Actually got my little notepad right here. Just gonna put some notes down that if price is strong enough, I want to see it break through the volume imbalance. If not, I want to see it reject. Cool. So we also have how many? We got high impact news today. So from 9:30 to 10, we got high impact news. So 9:30 to 10, we got high impact news. We got the volume balance in daily, and let's go on to 15. Do this bust down analysis. Jeez, so we see liquidity got ran through here. Oops. I hate when my button doesn't stay. See that liquidity got bust through here. So let me mark out 7, 8, and 9. 7. Make that gray. 7, 8, and 9. Last but not least, 9:30. And change that to green. Cool. Okay. And I see some really good liquidity resting here. Right off rip. I see that resting there. And right off rip, I see this liquidity and this liquidity. So I'm just gonna mark this one first, and then this one. All this is just reference points for price to really just come back to after it gets done either sweeping or rejecting or going to a certain reference point and start gravitating towards a different area. Had a yawn. Man, I was sleeping like a baby last night. It was great. Some good sleep. But let's see. I want to see something here. Let's find our fair value gap that has been touched. Yeah, this one's been touched. So this one has not been touched. So this is a sell side fair value gap. And I want to use this, but all this right here is already like touched it to the consequent encroachment, already violated it, so it's pretty much done its job at that point. And I was honestly just thinking about like staying up for Asian session and seeing if Hype Impact News would give me an opportunity to, well, seeing an Asian session would give me the opportunity to stay in a position while High Impact News is gonna roll over in the morning. But it's all good. So since we're in a area, wait. Maybe? Nah, I wouldn't even want to do that either. Cool. I think this is just one of the cases where we just sit and wait. So a higher time frame is not going to be super helpful this morning unless I can find a fair value gap. Maybe, but we'll just have to wait and see. There's one right here. It's a buy side, but it's inverse. So it's really just selling off, and it's hitting lower liquidity, and price is just spooling. Yep. Obviously, price is going to go towards the new week opening gap, which is our black hole in this case. Now, with the volume imbalance being there, imagine there is a magnet behind like a piece of paper, and there's metal that's moving straight towards the magnet. Technically speaking, if the paper is in between the magnet and the metal, there's still space in between them. Now, what I want to see through time and price and technical analysis, if price is going to go through that paper to get to the magnet, basically rip the paper, which is the volume imbalance. But if it doesn't, then in that case, it's still being rejected. It's going to reject, and we're still going to push up. So that's what I want to see with time and price. That's what I want to see. So if more things happen, then I'll write that in my notes. I mean, again, I like trading pre-market because it rolls over into market open. And if I don't find anything pre-market, I'll just trade market open. So I have more options to just find one setup or just be happy with what I got. That's just me. I don't have to do what I do. But again, from 7 to 9 is nothing but displacement. So any direction that the candlesticks are going during that time frame is the direction of the fake move. So right now we see that it's going down. That's displacement. So right now we're just gonna sit and chill. We're just gonna sit and chill here. Excuse me. and our buy side up there. And I know I haven't forgotten to get my new day opening gap, so let's go do that now while price is displacing. Where are we at? Right here. If you hear noise in the background, that's my son, Kingston. He's on his tablet. But where is 459? 459. There we go. Bingo. All right, and we're gonna go to the close right here, and we're gonna go to the open. It's right up here, which is the open at the bottom here. So it's our new day opening gap. 4. Well, still breathe. That's the high, and this is the low. So there's that, and we'll get the relative equal highs and lows. So see that price came down here, relative equal low, relative equal low. And here's our relative. Oops. Yeah. Relative equal highs. Initial buy side liquidity, initial sell side liquidity, and just for the icing on the cake, we know that our yesterday candles had an opening and closing. Please, mouse, work with me, please. Yesterday my mouse was not working. You'll see that in the video after it uploads. So we have our yesterday high, where is it? Yesterday daily high. We have our yesterday daily low. Well, open and close of the candle, basically. Should put it that way. So now I should make it pink. Should turn this into pink so I know. Make it thicker. So that's much better. That's super much better. Save as daily low. And where's the other one? This pink. Save as daily high. Cool. All right, so let's note this, that the initial buy side, initial sell side, the daily high, and yesterday daily high and yesterday daily low, then the direction. So if price is below the daily high and it's moving towards this new week opening gap, which is the black hole, I want to say that it's going to head towards there for starters. I'm not too sure what it's going to do afterwards. Got to give it time and let it give us more data to work with, because we can't guess where price is going to go. So in that case, this is more of a waiting game. It's more of a waiting game. I wonder if my video's almost done. I'm telling you, man, I've been moving into my new apartment, basically. So kind of just want to finish moving into my apartment and all that, and get going there and get furnished, then I can really just not worry. Not worry, but like not think about everything else. But this is only like what, 2-3 hours out of my day anyway, and it's in the morning too, so it's not like this will delay me from trading, but it'll be on my mind a little bit, just a little bit. So I got my blackjack ready. I'm about to sit here and wait for price. Yes, they're Minecraft edition. I got them from Japan, because Japan got everything you can ask for down there. So we're gonna play some blackjack. But before I do, let me just put up both my charts on my tablet and my
I see.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, well, all right then. I definitely got to do some like uploading. It is what it is, Slick. It is what it is. Man, it's looking very bearish. Like, I even opened up the TradingView app and everything was just red. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be red because we're about to bounce up. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But it looks like we're supposed to bounce up eventually. Yeah, so eventually. But my main objective is just to see if price is going to come down there. So I don't know why my thing is like way out there all the time. It's so annoying. Like right there. Oh my goodness, bro. Cool. I don't know if you guys can see this clearly. Hold on. You guys see this? I'm trying to see if... I'm pretty sure you guys can see. I'm not gonna make it a little weird and difficult for everyone. So I want to see it reject downwards. And again, I might actually want to wait until market open, really, but we're gonna see. Because usually pre-market is pretty active. Usually, it depends on like news. It depends on the day. It really does depend on the day. Most of the time, it's just moving pretty smoothly. It's not choppy, and it's like natural big candles. But yeah, we'll just see. We'll just see. Let me see this 5-minute. Yeah, price is just booming straight down to it. So it's obviously going to go towards that. I want to just wait until afterwards. I just want to catch that move. Dang, we're already starting off great. Blackjack. I mean, dealer has a blackjack. And I had a 19. Got a 10. 16 on 10. Card says double down. Well, it still means hit, so. 17. Dealer has 14, 19. That sucks. But yeah, tell me what kind of content you guys want to like dive into. How to trade, what to look for trades, how do I trade, is there any specific way to trade, what time to trade, how can you make money trading, all that stuff. Like ask me anything trading related. So yeah, except the taxes part. The taxes part is usually different for everyone, so I don't really think my answer will be your answer in your situation, but it should be generally the same. But I don't want to be wrong because that's serious. So we'll just let that go. I think I'm gonna just do lives instead of just recordings for this channel, because it kind of makes more sense maybe, because if I'm live, I don't have to really have to worry about it like corrupting. I'm gonna have to do some, I'm gonna have to try it out one of these days. I'm gonna try it out. Yep, I'm gonna have to try it out. 17 on a 16. Wow, 18. Dealer wins. So this is what I do. Like, I just sit here and wait for price to give me the answer, and I just sit here, play cards, and plan out my day. Like, I got a few things that I want to do today. Like, after I'm done trading, just look at my results, journal. I really need to get back into journaling, but I think I'll put that on my to-do list. Is start getting back into journaling, because what I did was, all I did was like the Discord journal method, was just create a whole new channel and just create the little tabs and just upload the good, the bad, the ugly, what to improve on, and what I'm doing great at in there. And yeah, it's like physical proof that I could do it, that I'm doing great, improving. But I also want like the data wheel. I want more like demo trading. I might look into like some paid services for the trading journals. I can't think of it, but it's like a few of them that I want to try out, but I'll have to do some research. $16 on 8. 16 on 8. It says hit. 17. Okay, cool. 17 on 8. Stay. We got 16. Wow. 19. Man, we can't get a break. Shuffle these cards. No, I want another break. I want to go somewhere to like Italy, or like, I distinctively written down certain areas, but I need to learn. Well, I need to get to a certain point first before I go. So I have a blackjack and dealer has 20, so I won. Yeah, we're just gonna let price move around. Let price move around for a second. Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these videos do take forever. This is a good thing. Currently sitting at 161 subscribers though, so that's pretty nice. From what? Had to reply to a cool comment. Well, I just wanted to see what's going on here. 161 subscribers, impressive click-through rate and everything. So, shoot, that's awesome. I got like an hour and 40 watch time. So now I know what to do, and just gonna keep on going. So, oh my gosh, it was in my eye. Price is moving so slow. So, excuse me while I get some tissue for my nose.
I'm chilling. They're both having corner.
That was the seat, not me. My seat has like, that was not me. But yeah, just gonna go ahead and, bro, is price even moving? I don't think it's moving. See here, technically speaking, this is what it takes to be like the early bird, just to be in position. Because I hate it when I'm on time and I pay for it. I hate that so much. I don't like it. So I'd rather just show up early. Early is 7, 8, and 9, where price is engineering liquidity. And if it's going the opposite direction, I think of it like a bow and arrow. Like you have to pull the string back for the arrow to, go forward. I think of it like that. That's exactly what I think here. So just drawing it out, I think of it like this. You got the bow. Draw a little circle here. Draw a little circle here. You got the string that you're pulling back. Right? You got the string you're pulling back. And then you got the bow and arrow right here. That is one jacked up bow and arrow. You got the stone. That's what I think right there. That's me thinking of it like that. If price is like super, super sure that it wants to be bullish, it just needed to collect and engineer liquidity all the way from 7, 8, 9. So that's just me thinking. And, obviously the data has to support that too versus me being creative. But yeah, that's That's me, bro. That's what I'm thinking, bro. Could put on some music. Yeah, I could put on some music. Don't laugh at my music. But we are going to listen to some... No advertisement, but Origami Beats. I've been following his channel for like years, way before he moved to Japan. I love his music, but let's turn him down a little bit. Let's turn him down, and then we'll play him. Can you believe it, man? It's already Tuesday. It's already Tuesday. I got 11 on 5. Double tap. 15, 19. What is that? 11, 14. Lost that one. Wait, on the ace? Well, it's for me, so yeah. We got 19. We have 15. 18. And 14. 17. Yay, I won. Really dragged out all the small numbers. So it looks like price is heading towards this liquidity point that we marked out on the 15-minute. So I think price is really gonna grab so much liquidity that it's going to explode on one of the sides of this wall here. The volume imbalance in the new week opening gap and the previous day low. Previous day low. So only thing is, I want to see it really reject and start attacking all this upside. I hope. Not hope, but like I would like that, honestly, because data-wise, I should get rid of this. Yeah, data-wise, we're not really looking at anything else but previous, the 24th. We're looking at previous clusters of where price could go. If there's anything below, which I'm currently believing, if there's anything below, then that's where price would want to go. But if there's anything above, which is the cluster, that's where price would want to go. So we have this new week. We have this previous day, new day opening gap. We have another new day opening gap right below it. It could make, ideally, this
New
motion.
crispy strips are now
or it
at
could make
McDonald's. Get your dipping hand
this
ready,
motion.
because this chicken is made for
Let
dipping.
me space it
Order
out.
a 4-piece McCrispy strips in the app and get a free any-size soft drink like Verner's. Valid for a limited time at participating
This guy
McDonald's.
right
Valid one
here.
time per day. Must opt into rewards. Visit McD app for details. No.
It can go like that, or it can go like, it can just touch it and then go like that. Or shoot, it can probably ride all the way out till 9:30 and then just do this big swoop. But that'd be like kind of crazy. So realistically, I want to see something like this. realistically. That would have been a nice little run too. Check the 15 and see if we have a new fair value gap that's available to us. So we have a new fair value gap available to us, which is right here. Boom. Sell side liquidity. I mean, not liquidity, sell side fair value gap. So now that we have a fair value gap, we can play with this now. We can use this to our advantage. We can see if the certain direction is true, and we can see if the certain direction is lying to us, which is false. But so far, we just need to let it do its thing. Need to let it do its thing. So we're just gonna wait and see if price is going to bust through this or reject at the consequent encroachment. I think of volume imbalances as magnets too. Like volume imbalances, from my experience, always made price gravitate towards it, which is nuts. But the new week opening gap is like, I'll say king. New week opening gaps are king. Until I'm proven wrong, I, from my experience, know that new week opening gaps are king. But volume imbalances are like right next to the new day, or at least new week. But with those two combined, I swear, price is not going to come back once it breaks through, or price is definitely not going to come back when it rejects. It's just like those two together are really powerful. Really, really powerful. So we'll just see what happens and go from there. Shuffle these cards. Are you hungry? I was thinking IHOP or Denny's, like breakfast food, but I'm not here to starve either while I'm waiting for the market. Usually I go get my tea. I didn't grab my tea yet, so price is touching the bottom of yesterday's low. I want to see it. I personally want to see it reject because we're still in this bullish market. So we could see and wait and see and wait. Of course. 18 and 18 when I had an ace card, an A card. 1 or 11. $19, $19. That's crazy. Crazy cards, crazy cards. We got 12 on 5. Let's see. 12. Too many. Oh, that's 21. Yeah. Cool. Great. So I'm thinking about taking this buy here. Thinking about taking it. I just want to see price reject some more. Okay, I'm thinking about taking this. Oops, I already have it open. Thinking about taking this. Jeez, you have to click so many buttons to get through it. And then I want to target. Target here. So I want to see it test through this and test through that. So we entered at this wick that's down here. No, we didn't. We entered it right there at the neck of it. Yeah, we entered at the neck of it. Right here. My stop loss is going to be 15. So at the midpoint of that candle. Right there. Yeah, and it's gonna be, no way it's all the way up there. Yeah, it's all the way up there. I was thinking like midpoint right here, because it needs to actually go through something. Yeah, I'll just leave it right there. And just, as soon as I get like a 1-to-1, I'll start putting it back in there. Yeah. Not really feeling it. Not really feeling it. I want to see like price really just not like go crazy, but if it's really rejecting, then it shouldn't really give me too much of a pushback. But on 15 it is bullish, so I think I'll just wait a little bit longer. I wanted to collect more liquidity and then go from there. Here, take this and go in your room.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like it when it does that. It's just like all that consolidation and stuff. I'm not really too worried about that one position I was in, because I know for a fact that we still have all the way until like 11 a.m. really, and I'm hoping not to be on here for that long. So yeah, I'm not trying to be on here for that long. Too many. Dealer loses. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot I had music playing. Out of 10. Double down, he says. 17. 15. Dealer wins. On a 4. I'll stay. 7, 9, 11, 13, 18. That's a lot of 2s. See, that's what I mean. Like, I wasn't really feeling that. That was just too early of a rejection. But we'll see though, because this is a 5-minute. Let's go to the 5-minute. Why is it way out there? Oh no, that's a 15. Yeah, that's a 15. That's a 15-minute. And if it didn't break through, then I'm not really interested in trying to buy. So if it didn't break through, I'm not trying to buy anything. Oops. Stay. 11. 21. Dealer wins. Price is still moving freaking slow. I really think it's just grabbing liquidity though. Like all this should took a sell at 9. Oh, this is my favorite song right here. So my bias can change. Like let's just take a look here. Let's just go back. If we know, oh my gosh, if we know that the day is bearish, this morning it was just a small, tiny bearish candle. Now it's actually growing bearish. And on top of that, we have the 15-minute giving us clues that it's going lower. Okay, we got liquidity up here that's being untouched. We got fair value gaps over here that's being untouched. Yesterday's previous high candle, daily candle, is untouched. So all this is being left open, and everything else down here is being rampaged through. I want to just still be safe and just wait for two things. I want to wait for the new week opening gap and volume imbalance to be touched, like not just tapped into the borders. I'm talking about like trying. I want to see price trying to get to the consequence approach of the new week opening gap, or 930 gives us our first day fair value gap. I want to see those two happen, and I'm gonna write that down in my notes actually. I'm gonna write that down.
Mama, I wish you could see this. I finally catch up my demons. I'm finally living my truth now. I used to live life for the weekend. I knew I could and I should now. I died, but I'm finally good now. I know you always on the lookout. I'm still wounded, but finally healing. Oh, mama, I wish you could see this. I bet that you wouldn't believe it. The first cut was the deepest. Yeah, I'm fucked up, but I'm healing. Fly close to the sun like I'm Venus. The shit is so wavy, I'm seasick. I was that I'm working and weaving. My nigga, I'm young like I'm Reese's. Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait for those. Got that jolted down because, bro, it's a madhouse out here. That's all I got to say.
I just wanna believe ocean. I just want to tell some girlfriend. I wanna come by the ocean. Oh, my life is right. My life is wrong. I've been alright and now I put it in a song.
Let me charge my phone.
We stay in flow. We been no wavy niggas come up in my song.
I love having like an organized desk though. Like I got my mat. I gotta do like an apartment video. Like I gotta do an apartment video and upload that here. I'll do that. I promise. But yeah, I'll have to upload one up. Show you guys everything. Just so you get the feel of the vibes and where we at. So let's get this straight. We got a rejection occurring. It's trying to come down here, but it instantly got a little tiny healthy candle, but it's nothing compared to like what made us get down here in the first place. So I'm looking for something. I'm fishing for something. Just fishing, bro. I just want to wait. I'm not pressing nothing. I'm not pressing nothing.
And this is our finest Pepsi
I'm
Zero
not pressing
Sugar.
a thing.
Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
11 on 7. Double down.
Business expenses playing hide and seek? Uber for Business integrates with leading expense
10.
platforms, so ride and meal receipts
20.
go right where they should. Uber for Business. Make
21.
small steps that make a
You win.
big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Yo, what is it with these ads, bro? What is it with these ads? I need to get Spotify Premium. No ads, no ads, no ads. Ain't that crazy? I got an 18 and the dealer pulls a 20. That does look pretty darn good though. And the 15 is pretty... Oh, the 15 losing its bullish strength. I really want to see price like attack this. I really do. Or at least wait till 9:30 because it's about to be crazy how volatile it's gonna get today. I got a 20. Dealer has a 22. I need to shuffle these cards. That's do one more hand and go from there. $15 on 5. No, 15 on 10. Hit or surrender. I'll hit. Look at that. 22. Bust. 16. Yep, we're shuffling. We're shuffling. I'm gonna shuffle 3 times. Oops. Deck already looking pretty terrible. 17. I'll stay. 16. What is that? 10, 14, 16, 8, 20. Too bad. Let's go. 21 versus the dealer. Ha! Got him. 18. 10. Bus. It's about to bust. Now we're starting to cook. Look at that. Now we're starting to cook. See the 15 late. Yeah, now we're looking pretty confident. Notice how we made this higher high and then lower low. So now we're looking for a higher high. And now we're looking for a higher high. So just gonna wait, bro. Just gonna wait, bro. Don't chase the carrot with the string on it. Don't take the worm with the bait on it, brother. We'll have you up in the air swinging, cooking on the grill. Oh shoot, I just did it wrong. This way. 6 on an 8. Hit. 10 on an 8. Hit. 20 on an 8. Stay. We have 14. Too many. Dealer loses. Let's see if price is gonna bust you that 15-minute sell side volume imbalance, even though we're in this overall like bearish momentum, but in a bullish market. And we'll see what happens. 20. 16. Too many. Now let's double deck. 3 on a 21. Cooking this dealer. See how when you really shuffle the cards, you're cooking this guy. And you have to do it. So we're still waiting, guys. We're still waiting on this to give us some signs. Just give us some signs that we should be actively looking. I'm really feeling like we're taking sells today. But I know we got high impact moves around 9:30 and 10. And it's about to be 9 in about 10 minutes. So maybe this is like 100% price is just building liquidity 100%. Because the displacement is literally hitting this liquidity, hitting sell side liquidity about twice since I moved it. And it hasn't gone nowhere near the consequent encroachment of the newly opening gap or the volume imbalance. I really think it's about to just... I really think it's about to do that. I really think so. So I'm just gonna play my cards until it gives me the answer. Because 21. Yeah, I won. 18. Stay. 21. 6. Yeah, I knew that was a split. 18. Let's go. 8, 19, 11. Oh yeah, hit. 17. I'll keep it. There you go. All that effort was for nothing. On a 3, 16 on a 3, 13, 19. Ugh. Lost. Bro, price is really rejecting that 15 minute. I think we should sell, bro. I really want to sell, but just gotta wait, bro. Gotta wait. That's just how I feel, but the technical analysis says different. The technical analysis says different versus your feelings. That's why you gotta cut that shit off. Got this from Japan. It's a cool little keychain. It's literally a awesome sword. I'll take another trip to Japan out there.
What if you could find more appliances for more affordable prices? Shop the Best Buy Appliances 4th of July sale now through July 9th to...
Shoot, honestly, what if this was the actual move to buy in and then it started like, especially for 9:30? I would really want to wait because 9:30 could really just wick everything and then go the right direction. So I would rather just wait because I'm not gonna get bamboozled. $17 on a 10. 19. It was bound happen. Seven on a 6. Still gonna hit that. We have 11. Ooh, 21. Good hand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Blackjack. Let's go, baby. Let's go. $20. 13. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Draw. $11 to 3. 11 to 3. Double down. Price is still trying to get up there, actually. It's kind of crazy. 13. Too many. Yeah, that's 21. That sucks. 13. Two 15s. Gotcha. Like that's really gonna help me out. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Oh. Oh, let me make sure the music's still going. Wait, hold on. There we go. $14 on 7. 17. 17. Draw. Notice how price is attacking that side, bro. 9 o'clock is upon us. 9 o'clock is upon us. It's pretty crazy how Costic sells, but I ain't really want to do that if I knew the real answer is we're looking. So we're still looking to grow. Let's go. 19 over 17. Finally, give me a break. Automatic split. 19. 16. That was a bust. So 18. Let's go. I won that one. Six. 16 on 4, stay. 9, 17. Oh, damn, I lost. I lost. Still waiting, which is good. This is teaching me patience and understanding that you guys have to wait too. So.
Got me keep it wavy, I just wanna go slow. I'ma take it day by day, I'm not working anymore, yeah. I just wanna stay up, keep on going with the flow. I just wanna go high when I'm going through the lows, yeah. Got me keep it wavy, I hope I don't fall in love. I can never lose no more. I'm my mama's.
It's actually busting through.
Gotta keep it wavy, we going so slow. I ain't even high, but we steady feeling stars, yeah. Life is like this and I'm losing my pieces. I cannot gamble without any reason. I see the world through my phone. I cannot ride on.
See what the 5 minute look like. See if it gave us another. It gave us another fair value gap right here.
Don't step in my zone now. When you hear my beats, you do not walk. You start to float, yeah. We gonna make some cash and then we gonna hit the road.
The 15 is really growing though. So in that case, broskies, I really want to get in for buys now. That's enough evidence for me. But we do need to break through this. We need to break through this, we need to break through that, and we also need to keep rejecting this. If we do that, we'll be Gucci. We'll be Gucci, and I'll get a.
Riding, search for things along the way. I don't wanna play safe. You gotta let it rip one time. Nigga, we zoom and I drift one time. Find me the work cause it's underpriced. You put me back when I'm on my mind. Wake up, shine so bright. Work life, bitch, that's on my grind. Got me glow up and you know the vibes. I keep on going, that's on my life.
Stay. 13, 15, 21. What? Good. Are you hungry? I'm gonna order some food. Oh shoot, I gotta shuffle my cards. The reason why I started trading.
Hi, I'm Stacy Reed,
because of COVID.
a DTE field operations supervisor.
And that boy.
I'm out with crews in neighborhoods every day, working to make your power more reliable. And we've already made great strides towards our goal of dramatically reducing outages by 2029.
Yeah.
Last year, DTE customers saw a nearly 70% improvement in time spent without power. We're committed to building a smarter, cleaner, stronger grid of the future, so you will have the reliability you deserve.
What if you could find more appliances for more affordable prices? Shop the Best Buy Appliances 4th of July sale now through July 9th to save big on select LG appliances. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea isn't made from real gold, nor is Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea made on a golden peak. But it is brewed from real tea leaves and real cane sugar for real smooth taste that's worth its weight in gold. Gold Peak Tea. Real is gold. Click or tap for more.
Thank goodness. Stopped him out. Man, this nice action. What is it with these cards, bro? That's crazy. Yeah, that's 20. Alright, bros. yesterday's video is almost done loading. Yeah, it's 100% loaded now. Nice. Cool. I think I'll just post it as unlisted for right now. Yeah, I'll save it as unlisted for right now. I'll come back to it later. Got like 25 minutes until 9:30. I'll definitely start going live on YouTube instead, like pre-recording. I feel like I want to try it out. It might be better, it might be not. We'll see. We'll see. Definitely about to blow up when Powell speaks in about a few minutes. Yeah, I could have definitely took a trade off this, but sometimes it's best to wait it out so you don't end up going in blind. Why are you going in blind? If it busts through and uses that as support, that's gonna be so nice. That's pretty early though, from like the distance of where it's gonna be at, because it's obviously moving up now. So 1, 2, 3, moving up. But then again, it's making a higher high. So our next step would be like, is it gonna make a higher low? Yeah, it's definitely moving up for real. Might take this buy. I want to wait for a pullback because I hate the fact that it can turn against me anytime.
New McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Get your dipping hand ready, cause
Okay, so let's see if this is going to be true. In this area, this is the play for me. If this is going to be really true, I wanted to reject this and I wanted to bust through this. So I'm going to hop in this. Stop loss below. And I want to target oh shoot, did I really just do that? I did not mean to do that. Whoops. Whoops. I didn't mean to sell. I meant to buy. Yeah, my bad. So you're like, huh? Yeah. I meant to buy. So. Jeez. Stop loss below this guy and take profit is going to be right up here. Let's see what happens. I think I would rather, I feel more comfortable taking it from right here. Like right here. That's what I feel more comfortable doing. I just want to get the small wins out the way and just gradually build my account. Yep. So we'll go with that. We're sitting at this candle here. Yeah, we're sitting at this candle here. We're gonna target this guy right here. And stop loss is right below it. Perfect. Perfect. All we need to do is just sit back and just wait now. I'm not really looking forward to like just grabbing like huge amounts. Right now I'm just growing this account. That's all I need. That's all I need. You know, some days I don't even take trades, but I'll be on the charts for like a few hours. And then some days I do be on the charts.
I stress when I'm rolling, yeah. Vibes left, right, and center. I just wanna what's shown in you. Make beats in December. Hug nigga like Hogan. I just keep on rolling, you. Hey, smell in the morning, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm like Snowden with these vibes, icy cold. I swim in the cold, but I used to be so broke. I be out with my gang, look for paper we can fold, yeah. Got me staying so wavy, he just be keeping up with that flow, yeah. I just wanna keep my vibrations, I'm patiently waiting so slow, yeah. I've been out phasing, I'm phasing through highs and the lows, yeah. I don't know what I'm on, but I know that this is cold, yeah. Pull out the venom, so I hope I go out alone, yeah. Shaking on just off the job. Like beyond, I'm not never growing up. It ain't no fun, yeah, got me on the drums. Boss of love, sleeping easy when I'm young. Yeah, on the road, as if can I slide with you or more? She pull me through when I can't think straight no more. Can lie with you when you back home and you bored. September cool, and I love you even more. Yeah, what you been on? Ain't see you solo. This ain't too okay. Ain't see you solo. Yeah, what you been on? Ain't see you solo. This ain't too okay. It's been way too long. You my baby, you the whole show, you so the vibe. I done let it. I lay some bells, I'ma skip like fails. We just keep the care of your birthday.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm watching it. It's just crazy. That's all. Might have to really just wait for it to, for real, just come down here around 9:30. Yep. Just let it play out. Not too stressed about it. I mean, of course it sucks, but still can't let it get to you. So if it really is selling off, I think I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna wait until price gets to here. So I'm gonna just get rid of this here. Check the 15.
Sweet morning symphony of chicken for breakfast. The all-new McChicken Biscuit and Chicken McGriddles are here to elevate your AM for only $2.50 each. Chicken in a warm, flaky biscuit or sweet, fluffy McGriddles. It sounds like a dream. Make it the perfect combo.
Looks like it made its
you're ready to
made
have
its
a
higher
great
high,
day,
now it's gonna make
try
a
the
lower
new
low,
McChicken
or
biscuit or chicken
if
McGriddles
it's
for
really
only
bullish,
$2.50
then
each today.
it should just start moving up.
Price and participation may vary. Cannot be
But
combined with any other offer or
it look like we're probably gonna be selling off today.
Nothing brings people together like
Man,
Eggland's best
I
eggs.
really
Always
wish
so
it was
fresh and
closer
delicious.
enough.
Plus superior
So
nutrition, like 6 times more
we
vitamin
can
D,
see it, like
10 times more vitamin E, and 25% less saturated fat compared to ordinary eggs. It's
I'll turn the music off when it's like 9:45. But I'm just like, bro, I wish price was close enough to. I really think we're about to tank off, but with that news, it's so contradictory. Come on, bro. Like, but lately though, high impact news has been completely failing to hold up to its meaning. Like for the past 2 days, well, Friday and Monday, like we had high impact news, and they both was not high impact. They was just like freaking tanking the market. Like what are we doing here? But I really hope Powell says something and it makes the market move. But if not, then I can expect price to just freaking tank some more. Tank some more. We're like a few minutes in. We're selling previous day high. Right there. Yeah, we're selling off, bro. I really want to see if it's going to reject all this stuff. If not, I stretch and do my dance. Alright. If it really is rejecting, then we should see some heavy push down when news come out, I'll tell you that much. Heavy push down when the news is out. It's just so weird, but it just happens, I guess. Like, not everything happens accordingly, but as long as you follow your plan, it's like, oh well, just come back tomorrow. So this is my second trade? First trade? I know one of them was a mistake. I think I broke even here. That was a mistake. And then that was an actual loss. So yeah. 2 out of 3. But that one that was a mistake was actually a real trade. In the night I hear him talking, telling the story every time. Waiting for it, low key. Yeah, I said that like 20 times, but that's part of the game, bro. That's just part of the game. It's just part of the game. I would hate to be like here. I hate to be. I was thinking about getting around here. Stop loss below, watch it come back up. I'd have been done for the day. Literally, I would have been done for the day. But if it doesn't, oh, it's 25. here I'm talking. Coldest story ever told. Bruh. This is taking too long. I'm gonna put that down. That price is moving really, really slow. Yep, price is moving very slow. Singly. Bro, what the heck? See, I didn't even press a button. I don't remember pressing a button. Bruh, we're like almost here. Almost here. The new week opening gap is below. Now I want to see price just go berserk, bro. Got like 3 minutes until it opens. 3 minutes until the market opens. It's financial suicide. I know that. I really strongly want it to move up, but we gotta see, bro. We gotta see. What is that saying here in my back? There. It's much better. How could you be so heartless? Let's see if price here I'm talking about a story ever told. So far along this road he lost his soul. Yeah, it is looking pretty realistic here. It's gonna start spooling any second now. Any second now. $9:30. What we got here? All that liquidity is about to explode. Just wait for that first given fair value gap. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Truly, it's tweaking out. Truly, truly, truly. That is not what we are looking for. No, I don't even like the crosshair on this thing. That's better. Talking, 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 talk. Baby, let's just knock it off. They don't know about me and you. We just gonna be in. I'm gonna take off tonight into the night. Wait, that 15 was what? Bearish. It's like a weak bearish. It's like a doji. Just gotta give it a minute. Yup. Just gotta give it a minute. Just gotta give it a minute. Dun, dun, dun. Allergy season. Yeah. Yeah, it's completely rejecting all this. Rejected, 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 rejected. Moving up. Yeah. Still waiting on that first week, first day fair value gap though. Why was I thinking that this was it? But on the 1 minute, I just seen something. Just seen this. But we're looking for the main one though. If that was selling an inverse, initial fair value, you want. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, it's 9:30, so Powell speaking. He just now started talking, so let me go here. Just waiting, bro. Say something. Say something.
the industrial grade products you need. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There are many questions on, first of all, how to handle the fallout from some of the political decisions, but much more how the economy behaves. Now, 1 year on since the last Sintra panel, and of course halfway through 2025, global policy needs to navigate risks posed both to inflation and growth, a challenge highlighted by the Bank for International Settlements in a report this week. So let's get started. We have 1 hour. Kazuo Ueda, Governor, Bank of Japan. Of course, our host, Christine Lagarde, of the European Central Bank President. We have Jay Powell, Chair, Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. We have Chang Yong-ri, Governor, Bank of Korea, and then Andrew Bailey, Governor for the Bank of England. Madame Lagarde, let's start with you as our host. So first of all, thank you so much for having us all here. We had a little bit of data today, this morning, consumer prices rising some 2% from a year ago, up from May's 1.9%. But then the tariffs still loom large. So how do you see that developing?
Well, first of all, I would note that we are at 2%. And this is the latest reading. This is also the target that we have had, and this is the projection that our staff is indicating for the medium term, which is exactly what we had anticipated. So I'm not saying mission accomplished, but I say target reached, okay? And I think we should start by recognizing that. We faced a massive amount of shocks, compounded shocks occasionally, and we are now through that disinflationary process that we have conducted over the last 2 years. And yes, we are facing a lot of uncertainty. Yes, we are facing the risk of fragmentation increasing. And yes, we are facing geopolitical developments that are worrying generally, but that also are causing two-side risk to inflation. So we have to continue to be extremely vigilant. We have to continue to be committed to delivering on our target. And I think we are at this point in time in a very good position to do that. So we are well equipped to navigate the tormented waters that we should anticipate.
Chair Powell, tariffs are not yet showing up in inflation. Is this forcing you or your staff to actually rethink what the models say about how much the tariffs will ultimately through some of the final prices?
So thank you, Francine. And Christine, thank you to you and your colleagues for putting on another great conference here today. It's been a pleasure. I guess I would start, if I may, by saying that the U.S. economy is in a pretty good position. Inflation has come down close to 2%. We're at 2.3 headline, 2.7 core. The unemployment rate is at 4.2%, so we're healthy overall. If you ignore the tariffs for a second, inflation is behaving pretty much exactly as we have expected and hoped that it would. We haven't seen effects much yet from tariffs, and we didn't expect to by now. We've always said that the timing, amount, and persistence of the inflation would be highly uncertain, and it's certainly improved that. So we're watching. We expect to see over the summer some readings, higher readings, but we're prepared to learn that it can be higher or lower or later or sooner than we'd expected.
But, Chair, would the Fed have cut more by now if it weren't for the tariffs?
So I do think that, I think that's right. In effect, we went on hold when we saw the size of the tariffs and essentially all inflation forecasts for the United States went up materially as a consequence of the tariffs. So we didn't overreact. In fact, we didn't react at all. We're simply taking some time. As long as the U.S. economy is in solid shape, we think the prudent thing to do is to wait and learn more and see what those effects might be. And again, they haven't really shown up. So for now, we're waiting.
Governor Rhee, I mean, South Korea's economy is, of course, highly reliant on trade. Putting aside the deals that each government can strike with the Trump administration, what can central banks, in your position, do to shield economies from the impact of trade tariffs?
Actually, about the tariffs' impact on inflation, our current inflation is well stabilized around 2%, and we believe tariff tends to be deflationary rather than inflationary for three reasons. One is Korea is not likely to use retaliatory tariff. Second, we import 22% of our import from China, and recently export price of China has been falling at 5% a year for several years, and we believe that it will continue to do so. And at this moment, our growth rate is 0.8%. which is well below our potential growth rate. So aggregate demand pressure is much lower. So our problem is not the inflation itself, but the gross impact of tariff.
So what does that mean you'll do going forward?
Yeah, actually, we have been in an easing cycle, and we cut our interest rate 100 BP from last October, and we will continue to be in an easing cycle given our growth rate. But recently, financial stability risk has been rising, especially housing price in metropolitan area is increasing very fast. So we are keeping an eye on this financial stability risk in deciding the pace and the timing of the further cuts.
Governor Bailey, you've taken the view that the latest rises in inflation in the UK will be transitory. Why are you so confident that inflation will fall back?
Actually, you may have detected I've tried to avoid using the transitory word because of oddly enough, it has a bit of a history. But to be serious, obviously any increase in inflation is an increase in inflation, sorry to state the obvious. The reasons it's gone up is really entirely due to so-called administered prices. Now, that's, as I say, that's an increase in prices, don't get me wrong. But it's not telling us much or anything about the context of the economy. In other words, it's not telling us anything really much about the balance of supply and demand in the economy. So I think the key judgment for us is, are we going to get second-round effects from this pickup? And of course, it's nothing like the pickup of a few years ago, just to be clear. And my judgment is at the moment is that the context is different, that we do see evidence. I see some signs of softening in the economy, I see signs of softening in the labour market. We are going to have to see those come through, though. I mean, come through into prices. I think we've still got to see the evidence and prices. But that background context allows certainly me to say, look, I think the direction of interest rates continues to be downwards.
No, don't do this to
when
me.
you look at all the uncertainty, again, it's a bold call given what happened to oil prices and trade negotiations.
It is. I mean, I would say two things on that. One, I think as others have said, it's probably, Jay was saying, I think it's a bit too soon, I think, really to see the price effects coming through from the trade and tariffs action. Yeah, we've made a point of saying also that, I think as Christine was saying, that these are two-sided. They could go either way. Could be weaker demand. We could see some supply chain disruption. And the second thing, of course, is that some of these effects, if you take the oil price story, it's gone up, it's come down, all since our last meeting, effectively. So, we always reach for the lexicon at this point. I mean, we've added unpredictability to uncertainty. I was slightly amused at the introductory film this morning with Christine saying all these words, because it's true. Because not only are we getting uncertainty in the sense, the range of outcomes, but unpredictable in the sense that if you get things like, the tariff action, history really isn't a particularly good guide to that, actually. You can't really draw much from the past on that.
Now, Governor Ueda, you're in a slightly different situation, right? Japan's CPI has stayed above 2% for 3 years now. What do you see as the fundamental changes in your economy that make inflation more persistent?
So let me say, to put it simply, as you say, headline inflation has been above 2% for almost 3 years, while what we call underlying inflation is still somewhat below 2%. That's the situation we are in. But if I could decompose it further, there's probably about three components to it. First, there's underlying inflation dictated by wage price dynamics, whereby increases in prices affect wages, which further affect prices, helped by resilient domestic demand. This component has been going up slowly, but as I said, it's still somewhat below 2%. Then there's going to be perhaps a second component, which will be the expected negative effects of possible tariffs on the economy and on prices. We are expecting this to take place, but we haven't seen that yet. There's a third component, which is a domestic supply shock generated by increases in food prices. Actually, this component accounts for about 50% of the headline inflation we've got at the moment. So netting these three, we think the first component and the second component will produce a slow increase in underlying inflation toward 2% by end 26 or 27. The third component, food inflation, is going to subside toward the year end. So that we will be closely monitoring interplays between these three forces.
But, Governor, how do you view trade concerns the day after President Trump threatened Japan with more tariffs?
Well, it's being negotiated by our minister in charge, so I'm trying to avoid making any specific comments on this.
So let me just ask you, what will be the key trigger for Japan for deciding further rate hikes?
I think it's time to buy.
Okay, as I said, it will.
Let's pause this. So we made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Oh, hold on, one sec. Ah, jeez. Man, freaking, what happened? It's probably skyrocketing, ain't it?
Depend on the relative
for South Korea's.
Can you just...
The biggest risk stemming from trades and protectionist measures.
You know, that Korea has a quite export-driven economy. So whatever the global fragmentation is a serious impact. Not only direct impact through the U.S. tariff, but also indirect impacts through China, Mexico, Canada. And we easily can, it really depends on what's going to happen on July 9th. We are actually waiting for the result, but we don't know what's going to happen. But for example, like if the tariff goes back to 26% retaliatory tariff that was announced in April 2nd, and then also with a lot of sectoral tariff which affect our economy, aluminum, steel, and cars, we can easily say that it has an impact larger than close to 1% in our GDP growth rate. And depending on how long it lasts, I think we have to adjust to the new supply chain, so the impact will be larger. So, but I hope that scenario won't come.
What is the most concern for the Bank of Korea? Is it a stalling South Korea exports, slowdown in global trade, or a downturn in the U.S. economy?
It's all linked, right? It's all linked, right? So it's a global economy slowdown. And one thing, I mentioned some negative sides only, but one positive side, I don't know if it's positive or not, but Korean companies has been preparing for the supply diversification long time ago before the tariff, U.S. tariffs started to, because we have some issues with China, and then also Chinese industry has become very competitive. So we had to relocate our production site from China to elsewhere. So relatively speaking, we are well prepared. And second, still good thing is that we have some strong industries such as semiconductor, which benefit from the AI technology development. So I hope that we can manage it. But on the other hand, given we look at the sheer size of the export dependence, we will be significantly affected.
Governor Bailey, do you think interest rates will be closer to 3 or 4% at the end of the easing cycle, given all of the inflation and trade dynamics?
That's a subtle way into the R-style question, actually, I would detect. So look, I'm fairly cautious about the whole discussion of the level of R-star and therefore sort of where rates are going to reach in the cycle. There is huge uncertainty around it. What I think is important, and what we spend our time looking at, is how restrictive is policy, both now and going forwards. And our staff do a huge amount of work on that front to judge the restrictiveness of policy in the current context, and how restrictive it's going to be looking forwards if you project forward with the market curves. And the assessment we've got at the moment is that policy remains restrictive. It will continue to be restrictive, although the level of restrictiveness will come down over time, which is what I would expect. So I would expect that level of restrictiveness to come down to a point where it goes more neutral. But I think you have to judge that in context. Just to give you an example of that in the UK economy, the level of household and corporate debt in the UK economy is actually lower than we would have expected it to be, but based on past experience. So again, that feeds through into just how restrictive policy is at a given interest rate. It's somewhat less restrictive probably than it would have been historically.
Could I ask all of you actually thoughts on the neutral rate, Chair Powell?
Thoughts on the neutral rate? I think there are countless empirical and theoretical ways to derive it. At the end of the day, I think I like to look at the economy and ask whether our policy stance is having the effects we expect and want on the economy. And to me, I would say we're somewhere probably modestly restrictive at this level. And by some formulations, we're more restrictive than that. But if you look at the economy, growth has been solid. The labor market is solid and still at historically low levels of unemployment. It's not an economy that feels like it's suffering from very tight monetary policy. But I would say that policy is still restrictive.
President Lagarde?
I would say that it's a nice concept, it's interesting, and many of the terribly talented and brilliant economists in this room actually are delighted with discussion about the neutral rate. But honestly, as we're getting closer to target and to where we should be, or are where we should be, and I don't want to pass judgment on that, I think that discussion becomes less relevant. I think what our staff at the ECB measures is leads us to believe that it is higher than where it was before the great financial crisis, but it's relatively low as well, compared, for instance, with what the US neutral rate is at the moment. But it's, in a way, it's a bit of an illusion to discuss that at the moment, because the neutral rate is normally defined in a world where there is no shock, where you have perfect equilibrium. Now, are we in a world with no shocks at the moment? I don't think so. So it's nice to have as a concept, nice to elaborate on it, nice to do research on it, but to use it at the moment where we are as a guiding principle to where we should be, I don't think is particularly appropriate.
Yeah. Andrew Bailey?
Well, that sort of continues what I was saying earlier. Again, I don't use it as a sort of a guide to where policy should be, but I think this whole concept of restrictiveness is, of course, critical to our judgment, because that's critical to the transmission mechanism of policy, which we have to judge every time we meet. So that's a judgment that, in a sense, we renew every meeting we have. I think rather agree with what Jay was just saying. I think in our case, policy is restrictive at the moment. It's going to become less restrictive based on the curve that we've got in the market. That's what I would expect. We will judge it each time.
Governor Ree, similar.
I have nothing to add.
Yeah, how would you see it, Governor Ueda?
Yes, so we also estimated something like the neutral rate a number of times. But the range of estimates is very wide.
All right, well.
So, but at the...
I think I'm going to wrap up today. I'm not going to lie. We took like, what? 3 small losses, 1 was a mistake. No. We took 2 losses, 1 mistake, and 1 break even. So I think I'm good today. I think today was just kind of like a weird day. It was supposed to be clear, but all this jaggedness, I guess the best thing was to do was like just pretty much just take what you can get. But not every day is going to be a good trading day. I didn't really perform like how I wanted to because I guess I waited too long, but other than that, it was still a pretty decent day. We'll see what tomorrow can take us, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.